Round the World in 80 Days. Chapter 4. From Hong Kong to Japan. Later that evening, Passepartout opened his eyes and looked around him. He was in the cafe in Hong Kong, but where was Fix? He couldn't see the detective anywhere. Mr. Fogg is a good man. He is kind and generous to people, thought Passepartout. That Scotland Yard detective, Mr. Fix, is wrong. My master isn't a gentleman's thief. But wait a minute, what's the time? He looked at his watch worriedly. Oh no, it's late. The Carnage is leaving tonight. I must run, he cried. He hurried out of the cafe and went to the harbour. The passengers were getting on the Carnatic, and Passepartout went onto the ship at once. Soon after that the ship left, but Fogg and Miss Auda weren't on it, with nobody to bring them the news of the change in the Carnatic's departure time. They were happily having dinner together in their hotel. Mr. Fogg was a little surprised when his servant didn't return to the hotel that evening, but because he saw that the Carnatic wasn't leaving until the next morning, he wasn't very worried. The next morning, on the 7th November, when Passepartout wasn't back at the hotel, Fogg began to feel more worried. But he didn't show it. He went and got their small traveling case, and then he and Miss Auda took a carriage down the harbour. They wanted to get on the Carnatic, but it wasn't there. "Where's our ship?" cried Fogg. Fix was waiting by the ticket office, and he went and spoke to Fogg. "The Carnatic left for Japan last night," he said, "and the next ship to Yokohama leaves next week." "How do you know all this?" asked Fogg. "I wanted to travel to Japan on the Carnatic," said Fix. "I came here earlier this morning to get on the ship, and I was very angry when I heard the news." "Where's Passepartout?" Miss Auda asked Fogg. "What's happened to him?" "I don't know," Fogg answered. "It's all very unusual. He is a good servant, but something strange has happened to him. He'll come back to me, I know, but we can't wait for him here. I leave some money for him at our hotel. With that, he can travel back to London without us. You and I must leave Hong Kong today, Miss Auda. There are more ships in the harbour. We must take one of those." Fogg spoke to the captains of many ships that morning. He asked all of them, "Can you take me to Japan?" But they all said no. Finally, Fogg spoke to the captain of a small boat, the Tankadre. His name was John Bonzi. "Can you take us to Yokohama?" asked Fogg. "In my little boat?" laughed Bonzi. "Oh no, sir. There are lots of storms at sea between here and Japan in November. I'll pay you £100 a day for every day of our journey, and I'll give you 200 more if you arrive in Yokohama by the 14th. That's when our ship to America leaves. Do you want the job?" "No, sir, it's too dangerous, but I can take you to the Shanghai for that money, and you can get on your ship to America there. It starts from Shanghai, and then it goes to Yokohama on the way to America. The ship leaves Shanghai on the 11th November at 7 o'clock in the evening." "Good. Then take us to Shanghai." "How soon we can leave?" "This afternoon," answered Bonzi. Fix was standing behind them, and he heard all this. "Can I go with you to Shanghai?" he asked. "Of course," Fogg answered. Fix went to the post office at once and quickly sent a telegram to Scotland Yard. "Gentleman thief leaving for Yokohama. Send papers for me to arrest him there." That afternoon, Fogg, Miss Auda, and Fix got on the Tankadre, and the little boat left for Shanghai. They traveled through bad storms. Sometimes the weather behind them was windy, and this helped them. Sometimes it was windy in front of them, and they went more slowly. At last they arrived in the sea near Shanghai on the 11th November at 7 o'clock. They were too late. The big American ship, the General Grant, was coming out of the harbour in front of them.